of science fiction. Hello and welcome to episode 5, Spock Amok or Spock Fuck Up Amok. I don't know what to make of this episode. It was enjoyable. I'm going to say that. I did sort of enjoy it, but I don't know. It was a bit ridiculous in parts, but it was interesting. So the episode set like the doctor at Starbase to get the ship repaired from last week. Just going to have some coffee. They're getting the ship repaired. Una and Sung, number one, find out that the crew think they're like they're no fun at all, and they get a bit upset about it, about what people are saying about them. And they catch two ensigns and they set out a load of dares called Star Trek Bingo. It's quite an amusing scene where Sung terrifies one ensign in this interrogation, and Una, she's been really nice to the other one. Quite entertaining, and then they both get done and they both get shoved with Mr. Carl. He's meant to be a bit of a dictator and they don't like him, so that's that. The Dr. Mbenga is sort of interesting. He wants to go fly fishing, and Christine Chapel, she's got a boyfriend. Well, she's just wanting to have some fun with this guy, but he gets all emotional with her and says, like, you know, you could move to this starbase and we could be like dumps. And but it comes out, I think, well, obviously this is where she starts fancying Spock. Now this is where it all gets a bit strange. Now these aliens have turned up, and there's massive peace negotiations called Rongovians or something. And there's this corridor in between star systems and ships have been attacked, and they're in negotiation with the Klingons, which is sort of interesting, and the Romulans are mentioned, and they have got this like weird way of being diplomatic. It's about copying people or something, copying the stars, and they're watching you. They won't speak to Robert April, the Admiral. They want Pike, and they speak to Pike. He goes on about, you know, that we're wonderful and all this, and then he says something about Spock, and then they want to Spock. T'Pring turns up. This is, I don't know what to make of this. I don't want to get on. A lot of people got weird about it, but T'Pring turns up. She's very demanding, as we know about T'Pring. It's all about her. Got to say that, well, it is a bit. Poor Spock is feeling insecure because he's half human. He has this weird dream, which is a tribute to Amok Time, where Spock fights his human self, his other half, and T'Pring's a bit worried about him being half human, son of Sarek. Sorry, just having another bit of coffee. And Spock tells her, and they do the capture thing, they do some Vulcan ritual, and they end up swapping bodies. So Spock's now in T'Pring's body, T'Pring is in Spock's body, and then these Rongovians want Spock to do the negotiations, because T'Pring's in his body. Pike sounds quite funny, because they have to tell Pike that they can't do it, and he says, look, he's insisting, look, sorry, but you'll have to get up to what you're going to let. They want you, Spock, and Spock, T'Pring, who's inside Spock's body, does the negotiate. It's quite funny. I mean, it is quite a comical episode, actually. There is humour in this, and I think that's what saves this episode, is the humour. And basically, it's all about experiencing, you know, what it's like to be in each other's bodies. Now, do you remember the final episode of the original series when Kirk came and he got his body transferred into her body and she became him and all that? Don't get me started. And it's sort of interesting because, like, there's the same with Christine Chaplin's Spock before it happens. when he's going on about to bring, and she says, look, you know, she says you've got to put her first. And she slaps him, and he says, what was that for? You know, it's an interesting thing. I mean, it's a nice episode, don't get me wrong. It's nicely set up. It is enjoyable, but some people are gonna, like, you know, Spock becoming T'Pring and T'Pring becoming Spock. I mean, it was funny. You know, and I did like the Una and number one stuff with the crew that they think they're a bit oppressive and they need to get a life. Sort of interesting. Anson Mount and Spike, he was just very good as usual. You wouldn't expect no less. But it was sort of nice, and I mean, I did feel sorry for the ensign guy who were on the starbase, and Christine Chapel dumped him because they were like, he really sort of, well, he was into her in a big way, and she was, how do you say, just wanted a bit of fun with him. And he said something about, oh, well, you could move here with me, couldn't you? Anyway, he would dumped it, but over. And you start to see she's developing sort of feelings for Spock now. She's attracted to him. And she finds it funny when she's like, Spock is telling her about, you know, how do you say, that, oh, what you sound getting so bloody confused with it. Because you've got T'Pring in fucking Spock's body, you've got Spock in T'Pring's body. Well, Christine Chapel's attracted to him, it starts, you know, that thing, yeah. I wonder if there's going to be a fling, because it never really says in the original series. We know she's in love with him, but I reckon Spock has a fling with her in some point in this. There's the moment where they come together, and she's never let go of it into the future. So I mean, she seems to like, you know, I assume she has numerous partners who she likes a bit of fun. She doesn't like getting tied down, but fair enough. I do like Una, number one. She's one of them. I really do like her character. Excuse me. My mouth. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's better. Coffee. It's first thing in the morning, so I just woke up. And it's been a very interesting episode. I mean, it offered nothing special. I mean, last week's trailer got me up how, like, you know, they recreated the set of Amok time, and it all ends up Spock having an insecurity dream over T'Pring. I do like T'Pring. She's very interesting. I like it, you know, like could you imagine going out with a Vulcan and dealing with it? I did like the scene where Spock's in T'Pring's body and there's this Vulcan who's on the run, and he's quite anti-alien, Barshan, and Spock knocks him out. He says, you're going out, you're getting married to the half-breed Spock, you know, who's half human, and it's interesting. Even with Vulcan, there's still that old Vulcan purity there, which is still, well, even though they are enlightened, there's still one or two. I mean, it was mentioned in Enterprise, Vulcan purist, you know, the Stone of Gold, remember that three-parter? And there's some Vulcans that are like that, but I think most Vulcans I don't like. You know, I mean, I do like Ethan Becker's Spock. I think he's really good. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, it was interesting. I think it was a nice little break, actually. Because last week we got so much, and then this week it was just, let's get into the crew and see a day in the life of the crew. And so it wasn't bad. Some people are going to be annoyed about the Spock T'Pring thing. I think that will annoy people. It sort of annoyed me at first, but then when I started getting into it, I found it quite funny, and it was the humour that got you through this episode and getting to know the characters. So I wouldn't say it's the best episode yet, but it was a nice, simple run. you know. But next week I want them back on the game again. I want them on the ball. I want what we got last week, and you know, by episode 6, I think they will deliver that. All in all, I know I've said it, I did enjoy this episode, but people are going to have issues with certain things about it, you know, and then you're going to question canon, you know, that when Kirk went into that woman's body and she went into his body, why didn't McCoy just do what M'Benga did? But then Spock transferred him via mind meld. So it's sort of interesting. I'm not going into canon, I'm not. So guys, it's Jubilee weekend. Have a good bank holiday, and I will see you next week. I will be doing the Oval. I've not seen it yet. I'm saving that to watch over the weekend. I've got 3 hours of The Boys to watch, and I've got Obi-Wan to sit through. Sort of sat on the fence with Obi-Wan. I will say, sat on the fence a bit with it. Enjoyed it. It could have been better, but I might review it after episode 3. Like, I want to know, because episode 3 is like the middle of the line. So that's it, guys. That's my review. I will be up with Orville this weekend at some point. I'm looking really forward to doing it. It's like having old friends back. So I will see you on the next video. Please give this video a like. Please subscribe. And I will see you soon.